This is the story of a woman, a Samaritan woman, who went to fetch water and walked away with living water. Stay with me, because this is a story you don't want to miss. It begins in a place called Sychar, near Jacob's well. The sun was blazing, and the people were busy with their daily lives. But not this one woman. She carried more than just a jar for water. She bore the weight of her past, of her mistakes, and of her isolation. She went to the well at an hour when none of the other women would be there, avoiding judgmental glares and whispers that spoke of her history. But on this particular day, someone was waiting for her at the well. Not just someone, Jesus himself. He was tired from his journey, and he sat there, waiting, knowing who would come. When the woman arrived, she was startled to see him. A Jewish man, sitting at a Samaritan well, willing to engage her, a Samaritan woman. Let me tell you, this was unheard of. Jews and Samaritans didn't associate, and a Jewish man speaking to a Samaritan woman? That was practically scandalous. But Jesus broke those barriers with just 4 words. "Will you give me a drink?" At first she was defensive, even skeptical. "You are a Jew and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" she questioned. You see, she lived in a world of labels: Jew, Samaritan, man, woman, sinner, saint. These labels created walls. But Jesus wasn't there to uphold walls. He came to tear them down. His response to her was profound. If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. Living water? She didn't understand. She pointed to the well, pointing out that Jesus had no jar and the well was deep. But let's pause here. Imagine hearing these words for the first time. "The water I give them will become a spring of water welling up to eternal life." Jesus wasn't talking about physical thirst, but the thirst of the soul, the longing, the emptiness, the guilt, the shame. And the woman? She didn't know it yet, but she was on the verge of change. She asked for this water because it meant she wouldn't have to face her lonely trips to the well every day. But Jesus wasn't done. He told her, "Go, call your husband and come back." This was the moment her heart must have sunk, because she truthfully replied, "I have no husband." Jesus revealed, "You are right when you say you have no husband. The fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband." Can you imagine the vulnerability of that moment? A stranger knew everything about her life, yet sat with her, talked with her, offered her living water. Her shame didn't push Jesus away. It drew him closer. Her past didn't define what Jesus had to offer. And finally, the realization hit her when he said, "I, the one speaking to you, I am he." He revealed he was the Messiah. The woman left her water jar, a detail so small yet so significant, and ran back to her village. This jar represented her past, her shame, her daily struggle. She left it behind because she had received something far greater: hope, forgiveness, and faith. She told the people, "Come, see a man who told me everything I ever did." Could this be the Messiah? And because of her testimony, many in that town believed in Jesus. Her encounter at the well reminds us that no matter who we are or what our past looks like, Jesus meets us where we are. He offers us living water, eternal life, love, and a chance to transform. So what about you? Are you thirsty for that kind of change? Because he's still offering it, even today.